look at this, I have a dog paw. It's not real. Or maybe it is.
No, it is.
Yeah. Okay, but
It's totally real.
we're gonna ship this to you along with some Rhett and Link merch. Congratulations for making your Wynne face. Now you got a reason for making it.
Okay. Wow.
When people win, I have no clue that the episode's over. I'm like, somebody just won something. What now? What?
Give it to him. No, that was good. So,
Let me think with my paw.
it is funny how once you become responsible for little humans, the perspective
on
that
bathing?
you develop, well, on everything. Because it's like when you're responsible for yourself, it's just like, I have to bathe this body, myself. This is what I'm responsible for, right?
I hope you're not
I'm responsible for myself.
bathing anybody else. That doesn't seem appropriate.
And but then then when you've all of a sudden you've got
smell of this. I'm sorry.
oh, it smells like a dog.
Wow. Is this really a?
I can't really remember exactly.
One of them is.
It's got Velcro on it from where it
Both of them have Velcro. One of them.
from where the phone went up to the dog's ear.
The next person,
Coyote.
do we need to? I mean, we probably need to go ahead and specify that the next person that wins is going to win another one.
Then they may not submit Wynne faces if they know this is what they get.
We might need to hold that one back. You know what? Let's just give one of them away.
Yeah, let's keep the other one. We need one in case something happens.
Yeah, in case we need to make another dog
Like
phone video.
there's some sort of weird apocalypse where you need a fake coyote foot in order to like survive.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
So as you were saying,
You just develop perspective and you start thinking about like, oh, these kids have to stay clean. And it is my responsibility. It's much more my wife's responsibility. She spends more time with them than I do. But if you did not bathe them, they would not bathe.
no, they don't
It'd be
elect
like
it.
Lord of the Flies.
They don't elect it. It's interesting because when you're a little kid, you don't do that much to get dirty, and then when you do that one thing to get dirty, like, oh, it's your birthday, and you're putting birthday cake all over your face, you give them a bath. But it's, their exertion levels just aren't that high to demand a bath.
Well, they don't.
But then there's
they don't
there's
smell
this-
like somebody who's been like working out. They just smell like a kid that got into something.
Right. There's no body odor.
Right.
Like they haven't gone through puberty or anywhere near approaching it. We don't need to get into the science and all this, but the point is, at a certain point, they start to stink more, and you gotta realize they need to be bathing more than they are.
But the good news is that by the time they become stinky on their own, they become more motivated,
able to bathe
to
themselves.
bathe themselves.
Lando,
You don't have to raise kids. I think the real moral here is that you don't have to worry about the kids. They take care of themselves.
well, Lando is now going through a
Not
thing
true.
that we went through with Lily and with Lincoln earlier, which is trying to get them to transition from taking a bath to taking a shower. Because when they take a shower, that's the autonomy of, all right, now you're in charge of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You take a shower, you stand under the cascading water, and you clean yourself. And leave me out of it. And Lando is now at that point, almost.
Does he get upset about the water on his head?
We still bathe him in the bath. He doesn't bathe himself. He's not 5 years old yet. Or I don't know how old you need to be where you can bathe yourself, but he's not there.
I think he could be doing
You think
that.
he could be there at 5? He'll be 5 soon.
The only reason I say that is because we moved in.
I don't trust him to get the right crevices.
Well, no.
They don't bathe themselves good enough.
When we moved,
Like under here, this is a crevice.
okay, that's the crevice you're talking about. When we moved to California, when we moved into the house we're in right now, it doesn't have a bath. It's got 2 showers. And so Shepherd was 2. And so we're like, well, you can't bathe him. So from the time he was 2 years old, you would turn the shower on for him and he would take a shower. That's just because out of necessity. There was no bath option.
Yeah, I think and I just can't get Lando to take a shower because there's something frightening about the water just hitting him on the face.
Yeah, it can kill you.
Like, but I remember feeling this way as a kid too. One of my earliest memories is being afraid of taking a shower.
Because you thought you were gonna suffocate.
Yeah, it was
You thought you
just
were gonna
like,
drown in the water.
and I didn't spend time at like the public pool or anything, so I wasn't used to like holding my breath and going underwater. Like, I think there's a correlation. So one of my earliest memories is being forced to take a shower and just like throwing a tantrum. And now my son throws the tantrum. But Lincoln finally got over it. He takes a shower.
Yeah, he's
Literally
like
takes a shower.
10 years old.
And you know, they survive. They
I'm
survive.
glad he got over that. Well, Shepard's doing this thing.
But Lando does a thing where he sits in the bath, but I'll take down the shower head with like the long snake thing, and I'll shower him. I'll be like, "This is what a shower feels like. This is what it feels like to take a shower, boy." And then, but
he panics.
But he makes me give him a towel or a dry washcloth to like put over his face. So he blindfolds himself for me to then shower him.
Yeah, we got to move past this.
And then I'm like, "You're so close, son. Now just stand up and you're taking a shower." And he's like, "No, I don't take showers.
I'm gonna be the bather. I'm a bather. I'm a bather for life. Shepard has this thing now. Now you can't get him to take a shower when he is just dirty. But he'll do this thing where he goes to the bathroom, poops, and then he's like, "I gotta take a shower."
Oh gosh. So he wants a bidet, basically.
And we're like, "Shepard, wipe yourself." He's like, "No, I gotta take a shower." Like, this is a showering situation.
Well, I mean.
And I'm like, "Well, I don't wanna find out. I don't wanna see it."
If it's that bad, then take a shower.
Yeah, and so.
If it's that bad, I don't wanna investigate.
He'll take a shower, but I think we've broken over that because I was like, "Shepard, we're in a drought right now. You don't take a crap, then take a shower. you know, you gotta wipe yourself."
He
son.
wants a bidet, he does.
Yeah, I'm thinking about installing one in the next house.
Well, I was severely
me.
I was severely disappointed here in our new studio that I was like, "This is the time, this is it. We gonna get a urinal." And now that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. But my dreams, like the first thing I thought of when we were gonna move into this studio space was, I can get a urinal. And I don't mean like beside my desk. Like what was that video we made where we had a urinal in a cubicle in Epic Rap Battle in one of the music videos we did.
Epic Rap Battle of Manliness had a urinal in a cubicle.
A urinal in a cubicle.
I have a urinal in my cubicle.
Because my idea of arriving is being able to pee in a urinal at my place of work or home. If one of these days I get to build my own house, there's gonna be a place for a urinal in my own house.
Just a urinal room, nothing in there but a urinal.
And there's gonna be another room. Andrew Gregory, I retweeted him the other day. He said, if I ever got a mansion.
I retweeted him.
He said, if I ever had a mansion, I would have a whole room dedicated to laminating things. You know how crazy he is. I was like, me too, man.
He's a laminator.
Retweet that.
Yeah, he's a laminator.
Then somebody replied and said, well, the tax implications of it's much better to have multiple homes. And then something about the tax implications. And then he wrote back, he was like, but I'd be able to laminate my taxes or something. I stayed out of it. But you know when you retweet something.
I stayed out of it. I just retweeted
I'm afraid that people think that it's, and do they know that I retweeted it, not that I tweeted it?
Yeah, they've done that for a while. Do they know that now hold on.
No, because here's why I ask. Here's seriously why I ask, okay? You think I'm stupid. No. I use Hootsuite, and Hootsuite does not show that.
Yeah.
There's a problem with Hootsuite that when you retweet something, it presents it as if it's just a tweet.
When you tweeted the other day, people thought it was a mistake because you never tweet from that account. So,
my personal account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a mistake. I said Dwight Yoakam. I was actually trying to message him. Dwight Yoakam.
I just want, I was
Respond.
like, I'm so happy about Dwight Yoakam being in the Grammys that I was like, I'm gonna tweet Dwight Yoakam. And by the way, I misspelled his name too.
Well, there was a period.
Not that anybody knew.
That's why I knew you weren't Googling, because there was a period after.
You thought I might have been Googling? Like, I use Twitter. I was like, oh, look at this window. I'm gonna Google this. I'm not that out of touch. You thought that I could have tweeted something I meant to Google. You honestly thought that. That's what you think of me.
The old accidental tweet via Google.
I meant to Google that, not tweet it.
But that would be a great hashtag. Meant to Google this.
Not tweet it.